books on your desk right now. You can grab them at your leisure. So grab a book, find one. You're going to tell me a number that's in the inside cover. Now, if it has letters, so be it. It's usually in red or black or blue. It's one of those colors. It's a pretty big number. Some of them are very weird. The kids like 3-4 years ago made up those numbers. So as long as they're all different, I went with it. Some of them had like zeros in front, like 007. Some had a number sign, like number sign 5817. So they're just random numbers, so don't be thrown off by it. I do need that number, but then this is the weird thing. I need you to have your neighbors confirm that is the correct number. Now, I know that seems like a weird concept. Like, why would I need my neighbors to confirm the number I just told you? A couple of years ago, I had somebody that was dyslexic, and they told me the wrong number. It was 27, they told me 72. It was an honest mistake. They saw the numbers backwards. That's just what they have to deal with. Well, at the end of the year, I tried to check in my book, and they told me the wrong number. They have the wrong book. They don't have 72, they have 27, right? Or vice versa. And so, where's my book at, right? That's an honest problem. You're 50 numbers off from the book I needed. Where's my book? It's an honest mistake. So, I don't want that to happen to you. So, I'm going to have your neighbors, when you tell me your number, I'm going to turn off the camera when we start saying names and stuff. But once I confirm your number, I need your neighbors to go, yep, that was the right number. He told you right, or she told you right. Okay? Got it? I know it's a weird concept, but I want to get these books checked out, and I need to make sure you have the right book number. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera. Okay, I'm starting up the camera, so just be aware of that. I'll turn it off here in a minute. So again, assignment of the week, get a book cover on that textbook. It's got to be a legitimate cover. It's due by Friday this week. That date is, the 27th or something like that? Okay, now, next order of business. We need to go to my class website. So, my class website, this is my personal website, is not affiliated with the school in any sort of way. So, all right, I'm going to turn the camera towards the marker board. So, all right. So the next thing we need, you need to have your, what is that? Why is that floating on the top? Let's get rid of that. Okay, so. Let's see, there we go. Okay, here's my website. Probably most people go to like ghvmath.com. That's the one that most people can memorize. MrWord.org is an easy one. I would suggest, and I'm not forcing you to do this, I would just suggest you just like bookmark it. Put it in a folder, something like that. That way you know if you're gone for a certain day, if you're sick, or maybe you have an athletic event, or maybe something in your life is going on that I don't know of, and that you're just, you're not here. You can go on my website and you can watch the class films. You can watch the class video. As you can tell, I'm recording today, and yesterday's video is online. So once you get to this class website, so again, there's the address, is ghvmath.com. It probably looks, let's see if I have a web link open. I don't know if I do. Probably don't. MrWord.org. Okay, so it probably looks something like this, correct? Yay, nay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's nice and pretty. It's hosted by Squarespace. There's no ads on it. I don't collect any revenue from it, so don't feel like it's that. It's not. It's totally ad-free and whatnot, because I can't do that. Now, if you scroll down, you can see all the pretty stuff on there. I try to make it look pretty and graphics and stuff. So if you're into art and stuff and you want to help me with web design, by all means, feel free. All right, but anyway, so you can either scroll down, you can click like the class of the day, you can click that stuff if you want, any of these pictures. But if you don't like scrolling, if you're not that type of person, you can always click this little daily lessons tab up here at the top, and it'll do a little drop down. You guys are obviously geometry, and you can click that option. So, and that will just take you here. And this is like the outline. It shows you everything we've done throughout the whole semester or the whole year. That's what I usually click. The links on the front page, like if you scroll down on the front page and you went down here, this is like what we did that day. So it was like yesterday's stuff. It's not the whole week, it's just what we did yesterday. So some people just want to see what we did yesterday. This, you just scroll down the main page and that's where you're at. But if you want to see everything we did and you want to go back multiple days, you'd click, the little daily lessons, drop down to geometry, and you can scroll and you can see all the videos throughout the whole semester. So this is yesterday's. I already showed you this. This is what they look like. They just appear. I think there's like 3 or 4 of these in a row. And eventually there'll be a little arrow over here and you can click and it spins like a little carousel. Then eventually if we go to chapter 2, that'll be another block. And I always try to put like the most recent ones on the top. So if we go to chapter 2, chapter 1 will slide down, chapter 2 will be on the top, and all those videos will be there. And I make them per day. I upload them at night. Now, if you're that person like, I tried to watch your video last night and it wasn't online. Sorry, I have a life. I have 2 boys at home. One's 1, one's 7. So when I go home, it's time to spend it with them. So I try to upload at night. I'm a night owl. I'm up at 3, 4 at night trying to do stuff. So if you ever email me, you'll probably get an email probably at 1 or 2 in the morning because that's the time I'm up and I'm working. So yeah, there's some days I don't sleep, and I'm not joking. So, but it's one of those things, like if you need to see the video, it will be there probably next morning. So sorry, if you need it, you can watch it late. So find time to do it. So I try to upload it at night, the day of. So, but this is the one from yesterday, so you can click and whatnot. And so you can see like the outline of notes. If you clicked on it, you can see if we had homework. Now today it will say we have our first assignment. It'll say the due date. Right here it'll say, hey, homework due Friday, August 27th. It'll say, you know, book cover. I might even have examples of what I mean. And then it'll have a 0 date. A 0 date means the absolute last day you can turn in for points, minimum points. And that's usually 10 days from that specific day. So 10 days from today. So keep that in mind. What is that? The, probably the 3rd or 4th of August, something like that. All right, or September, sorry. All right, but then if we do a PowerPoint, they're on there, it automatically slides. You can download those things. If you have a class video, you can click it. It's got closed captioning. It's got everything you need. I try to make it easy as possible. No, I don't collect any revenue on YouTube or anything like that. There's no ads. I don't put anything on it because I can't. It's illegal. So there you go. And again, I make this website. It's my own personal site. I don't think any teacher in the school even does this. This is my own personal thing because, again, like I told you yesterday, my hobbies are tech and anything, you know, internet related. So this is one of my hobbies. This is what I like to do. So there you go. The website, hopefully it works. If there's anything that's broken or things that you can think of that you'd like to see on the website, let me know. If you're into web design, you can always help me out with that. But yeah, so I try to make it as pretty as possible and try to make it as easy and accessible as possible. It will have copies of worksheets and any other things that we have, so if you need to download it again and reprint it, you can do that. You can always print in the media center. They have a printer for all the students you can print from. So I try to make this as, you know, as pretty as I can, so with the tools I have. Okay, questions with the website. I know it's a shameless plug. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do. So next thing we're going to have, you're going to do that little drop down. So the daily lessons, you're probably already in it. You're in the geometry folder in the daily. So I want you on this page right here. If you could, maybe you need to back out. Some of you are already there, I can see. So go to that geometry page. Maybe this is the page you bookmark, I don't know. So, all right, anyway. On here, I have some links of things that we're going to use throughout the year. Nearpod I like to use for PowerPoints. Bubble is something we're going to do for brainstorming when we get to, I think it's like chapter 5 or something like that. Desmos is if we graph anything, if we need to graph anything. We don't usually do too much graphing. There's a unit or 2 on it. SciMath, if you need to solve any problems, like if you're not very good at Algebra 1, SciMath is kind of your best friend. It will show you how to solve an algebra problem step for step, so you can get to X, and it will actually teach you how to do that. Khan Academy, if you need to watch any other videos that are not my own. And then Wolfram Alpha is probably the greatest like tool you can have to do any research paper. It's not it looks like a search engine like Google, but it's not. It's like a database for information from Microsoft. It's awesome. All right, but these are the links I use. Now, the one you're going to click on is the Glencoe Geometry Online Textbook. That, if you don't know where that's at, it's on this geometry page. It's right here. Does anyone need assistance getting there? Raise your hand if you cannot find that link. Is everyone good? Okay. So now, when you're on that page, it says Connect Ed at the top. It has a login and password, correct? Okay. So now, this is the part where I'm going to turn off the camera because I don't want anyone on the weird internets figuring out what your login and passwords are, because it would not take very long to figure that out. So I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so now that we're done with that, next thing you need to do is you need to log into your Google Classroom now on Google. So now that we've taken care of the online textbook, log into your Google Classroom. You hopefully received a link from me Last week, it would have been last Tuesday, to add geometry, period 1, to the class. I just want to confirm that everyone has that, or you've confirmed that you've logged in.
I was supposed to be in period 7.
I'm going to add you right now. Okay. Thank you, Tori. See, these are the things I need to think about. I didn't even think about that yesterday. Let me add you right now, and you'll probably get a link from me here in a second. All right. Let's see. My computer's being very slow.
Wait, when did you send it?
I sent it about last Tuesday. So you might have switched sections, so I might have to get you added back in here there, Fran. Anyone else not see the period 1 geometry other than Tori and Fran? Okay, all right. Okay, oh yeah, because I think you did switch sections a couple times with the schedule. So yeah, I'll add you in. Okay, so hold on, let me make notes of that.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, you're good. Okay, no, you're fine. So these are the things we got to figure out. All right, so we got Natalie and we got to do Tori. So I got to get you guys figured out. Okay. Wow, my internet is super slow. Okay, let's go. All right. Hopefully you got it there. Hopefully it's showing up. For my 2 students, I'm going to add you in real quick. Hopefully it's not showing the other classes. So let's see. Yep, I got to add 2 more. Okay. And all right. Lear, I think I just sent you a link to it. And Johnson, I just sent you a link as well. Check your email and I think you'll get confirmed. Anyone else not logged into that geometry period 1? You want to be in period 1, it better say period 1 at the top. If it says any other period, let me know. Tori, do you know what period it had you signed up for? Did you even confirm that? 7? All right, I'll go make sure I'll delete you out of 7.
I just declined it.
Oh, perfect. Good work. Good work. Lear, same with you. Was there any other period that it tried to add you to? No? No, okay, good. Just making sure. Okay. Good work. Excellent. Okay. I think that's pretty much all the weird admin stuff that we got to take care of. Now, while you're probably wondering, I have Google Classroom. There's some days I'll send out the assignment via this. I'll do like a Google form, and it'll just be on this. So you can just go in there and you'll see the link and you can go answer the questions, and you just have to put the answers in there. It's really easy. I just think this is an easy way to like send out a quick link like, hey, you need this for class today, or you need this homework assignment is due now this day, I'm changing the due date, that type of thing. So like tonight, you're gonna get an email from me from Google Classroom saying that, hey, welcome back to geometry, thanks for logging in, here's the link to my website, here's the link to the online textbook, and remember your book cover is due on Friday. Like I'll just send that, and that's one message I'll send out on that like that page for Google Classroom. Just little reminders, stuff like that. I know you're probably inundated with email. I can only imagine how many you're getting at the beginning of the year. I received like 80 emails yesterday. I can only imagine what you received from all your teachers and friends and all that good stuff. So sorry, you'll probably get a message from me kind of once or twice a week, just reminding you of like due dates for homework and stuff like that, and what the page numbers are. That's pretty much what I use Google Classroom for. It's just like, it's like a reminder app, but I don't want you adding your cell phone to it because that's weird and creepy. So I just think this is the easiest way to do it. Okay, is there any questions or concerns about the Google Classroom? Everyone's added in, correct? Just to make sure that's easy for you guys. Okay, so next order of business. I want to start a little bit of geometry today. So if you're already logged in, you have your online textbook, you have the Google Classroom, everything looks kosher and everything's working, you can close your Chromebook. You can close that. I just have a little challenge question for you today to spark conversation. Because I kind of want to know, your thoughts on a certain question, a challenge question, if you will. This is just like one of those things that I like to throw out there every once in a while when we start a unit, start a section, your thoughts. Because some people can think outside the box. So, You have your little pods, obviously. You can discuss amongst your little pods. I have a little question for you, so here it is. There's the question of the day. So, question. Equidistant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing you're going to have to discuss. So that's a good question, right? We have vocab in here that I've thrown in there from the chapter. Some of these words you got to figure out, right? But you can't use your Chromebook, so you got to discuss. So, you can only use your brains and your little group next to you to discuss. I'll give you about 5 minutes to see if you can come up with an idea. Then we'll come and I'm going to ask for brave volunteers to share, because as you can tell, on my board across over by the window, I have my little broccoli-looking tree, I have a flag, and I have a water fountain. It looks like a bird bath, but it's a water fountain, right? So you need to locate the position that fits the following description. Number 1 is equidistant from the flag and the tree, the broccoli tree, and is 2 feet from the fountain. Okay? Now, I'll let you discuss, and then once you guys come to a conclusion, if you think you know the location that fits this description, I have magnets over there that are attached to my board. You can see them. Maybe you guys can't, but there's magnets over there along the window ledge. I would like brave volunteers to come up and see if they can find the spot. Okay? You guys got the idea? Okay, discuss. Take about 5 minutes or less. Discuss, and then I'm going to ask for brave volunteers to come up and put their answer. But not yet. So discuss, okay? And I'll put the magnets out here so you guys know where they're at.
I'm very sure
I mean,
it's
equal distance.
The question's asking is,
Are you carrying flag?
2 foot up. It's right in the middle.
No, but close your pockets.
that's more than 2 foot.
Right in the middle of the flag and tree
Oh, we got brave volunteers already going up. All right, all right. Now, if you disagree or agree, don't say anything. That's just their opinions. Maybe their group's opinion. And I have a ruler up there if you want to be really exact. There is a ruler sitting up there on the ledge. Oh, like all the brave volunteers. Look at this. There's tons of magnets up there. I think I got like 10 magnets.
Whoa, a hidden pocket. How many inches are in feet? 12. Hey, now legs. No.
Okay.
Good job, Bertie.
That's the spot right there. I know it is. Deep down in my soul, 2 feet.
Okay.
Alright.
That was Meg.
What color are we, pink?
I don't know.
Yeah, we were pink.
I told you.
Being very exact. Okay. Going for detail. Okay. I appreciate every volunteer that came up. That's a brave thing to do, coming up. Okay, now, you've seen what? We had 5 or 6 people come up here already? I'm opening the floor. Is there any more that maybe you looked up there and you've seen? Is there any other spots that maybe another person's like, I didn't see my spot up there? Please, you want to go add one?
Well, no, I just have a question.
Yes.
Anything on a specific angle from the fountain be equidistant away from the 2 things? If
Could,
you
yes.
Just have it on the right angle.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. If you didn't hear that.
I did not know what he just said.
He's already on a different level here now. So we're going any angle from the flag and the tree. That is equidistant from both. You're absolutely correct. Now, what if I told you right now? What if I told you right now that the spots on the board are not the one that I want? Yet.
I would change mine.
Yes. So if you have an idea, please stand up, go move. Link, your conversation you brought up earlier, we're going to come back to this. You have a very good idea. Oh, being very exact.
smarter he is than me.
What's 38 minus, what's 38 divided by
What is that?
17.
17? 19? 19.
Nineteen.
You just answered his own question.
Oh, not 2 feet away.
So you're
Getting
wrong.
two?
exact.
And then-
Dang it, he's so much
Interesting. Okay. Now this comes back to what Link was saying, because Link was saying that any spot that is at the same angle, specifically a 90-degree angle, could work, right?
I was.
Hey, I like all the arrows that are up there, but I like the specifics, right? Going for 2 feet, right? I like that you're starting to see all these different aspects. What if I told you, even though we've had some corrections, we still haven't found it yet?
Or like where?
But you got to remember, it's got 2 specific things, right? It's got to be equidistant from the flag in the tree. What does equidistant mean?
Equal.
Like the same.
Same, equal distance, right? They just took 2 words crammed together. That is a vocab word from this chapter. But then we had to be specific, right? Mick and both Nolan were super specific. They measured 2 feet. They're correct, right? That idea of being 2 feet from that water fountain. But we haven't found it yet.
Oh, yeah. I think I know.
Sure. Pretty sure I know.
That's not even on.
Oh, now we're starting to think. Okay. Hold on. Hey, I like where your head's at. Hold on.
There.
There. There. I like where your head's at. Okay. Getting away from like detail, we're starting to think outside the box. I like this thought. Still haven't found it yet. Now, hey, I'm not going back to detail. Like your thought, super clever. Super clever. Coming back to what Link was saying. Any angle, any line. So when you saw Nolan walk up there, he put that ruler straight between and was kind of following a line. Super clever, because if you follow that line from all those other points you see on that marker board, all those other magnets, and you follow, you'll eventually hit the one that Mick put up there. Super clever, but we haven't found it yet. Now I'm trying to break you free of your thought process of what you're thinking of. Because here's what I want you to think about. What if magnets have nothing to do with it?
2 feet from the top. So wait, do we have to like? Are we involved? Like, so do we have to stand 2 feet away from that fountain?
Go put it up there. What are you thinking?
So
What? No. Oh my gosh. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
so like. All right. So this is the fountain.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hold your finger right where you're thinking. That's where it is.
Oh, I thought he was gonna like stand there.
Pretty good. Because I didn't limit you to 2-dimensional. I didn't limit you to 2 dimensions. I just said it had to be equidistant from the tree and the fountain and 2 feet from that, right? It can be anywhere. It's a sphere around this water fountain. It's a sphere, but it's actually like a circle. So it's a circle, not a sphere, but it's 2 feet around this. So if you can imagine, I'll point out here kind of where Nolan was holding his finger, and you're going any spot that is 2 feet, and it goes all the way around and kind of comes through right where Mick had his spot, but it's an entire circle. It could be 360 degrees around the fountain, as long as it's 2 feet and it's staying in between the broccoli tree and that flagpole.
So we're moving from thinking just on the XY axis to the XYZ?
Yes. We're going to 3-dimensional. So when you went to Algebra 1, right, we're talking about XY axis, right? Now we're going to 3-dimensional. Geometry, there is thousands of different answers per problem. There is. They're all correct. You guys, when you're throwing up magnets, all of them were correct. No, I didn't specifically say that they're wrong. I was just looking for one specifically to break you out of your mold. All the dots, all those arrows you guys were putting up there, as long as you guys were measuring, those were correct. Like that one up there, that orange one, that one that Mick put down there, that blue one. They were correct. They were 2 feet. They met all the definitions. But I'm looking for a certain location. So you got to think in geometry. There is more than one correct answer for certain problems. There's more than one way to do the same problem. Don't feel like your neighbor has the only correct answer. You might still be correct even though you did it completely different and got a different answer. Because it's open-ended. That's what can make this class fun, but also kind of frustrating. Because you're going to look at, let's say you're checking Slater, and you're like, Slater has a completely different answer than me. Because just like this example I'm showing you right here, there can be more than one right answer. You don't have to always go with their response. Now, yeah, when you get to algebra and it says solve for x, yeah, there's probably one answer, right? There's that one specific digit or variable we're looking for. But a lot of the times it's just an idea. There is hundreds of them and an infinite number of answers. So it's kind of a cool class when you get into it. But you guys had to break this down. There's vocab words in there, right? A position in space. That's called a point, right? Position in space is a point. We're looking for one specific dot, infinitesimally small, that is floating out here in the middle of nowhere. These are vocab words we're going to be discussing tomorrow. We have vocab words. We're going to talk about points, lines, and planes tomorrow. That's the first section of geometry. Tomorrow, you need some form of textbook. I don't care if I don't see your physical book until the end of the week when I have to do a book check. But you need a book, you need a notebook, and you need to have your pencil and writing utensils. Got it? What's our homework due on Friday?
Book cover.
Okay, we're done for the day. Good work.
Off, Joe. Yeah.